Today we're going to do a lovely, feel-good, releasing self-massage for general tension headaches. If you get something more severe, if you get migraines, I wouldn't recommend this video. Please see my self-massage for migraine headaches. I will link to it down below. But we all get tension headaches from time to time. Some of us more frequently than others, and it could be coming from any number of things: tight neck, tight jaw. It could be stress, anxiety, all of those things contribute. So we're going to try to take care of all of those issues today, all of those contributors, and see if we can't alleviate the pain in our heads, relax our faces, relax our heads and craniums and jaws, and see if we might feel a lot better after this video. Begin sitting up nice and tall posture, shoulders back and down. Rest 2 feet on the floor. Sit evenly on your hips and just take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Really filling the belly, the lungs expand, and make the exhale long, making sure you get all the air out. One more time, deep breath into the belly. Fill up with oxygen. And long, slow, relaxing breath out. And we'll start with the bridge of our nose. Take your thumbs, I find this an easy way to do it, on either sides of the bridge of the nose, and just sort of pinch that skin in gently. And you can pinch it in and even lift up into the eyebrow ridge just a bit. Everything here should feel good and relaxing, like a good relief. Some things might be a little bit tender, but should be very, very well tolerated. We don't want any pain. There's no reason to create more pain when you're already in pain. Doesn't make any sense. So just hold that lovely, lovely point and breathe. Feel that release throughout the forehead. And we'll continue on by taking a pincer grasp and pinching our eyebrows in between our fingers. Gently pinching from inside, and we'll work our way to the outside of the eyebrows. So pinch and breathe. And when you feel a nice release, you can go to the next segment. Sometimes it's nice to exhale on a sigh. That can relieve a lot of tension. And just voicing it, get some nice vibrations throughout the body. If you find a good point, like I just did on my right, you can hang out there for just a little longer, maybe take an extra breath, maybe feel it or imagine it melting underneath your fingers. And then moving on when you're ready. All the way to the outside. That already feels nice. Go ahead to that third eye point. It's right between the eyebrows. You can stick a thumb there, you can stick 2 fingers. And just hold that, apply some pressure so that it feels nice, and just hold that and breathe. Excellent point for headaches. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Or maybe just have a soft gaze. When you're ready, find that point on the inside of your eyebrows, just inside the eyebrows. Hold those points. I'm just using my index fingers here. I find that easy. Apply a little pressure there. Now they might be sensitive, so go easy. Just find the right pressure for you so that it feels like a good release, so that it feels like the face is softening, the head is softening, and just breathe into that beautiful area. Great points. And these are a little bit sensitive on me, but it feels so good to have a little pressure there. And then we'll go to our temporalis muscle. It's this big muscle. It actually works the jaw, and it has a sort of seashell shape around the ear. So we'll just go on either sides of the head with our fingers, and I'm just gently, slowly moving the tissue up and around, big circles. I'm not rubbing over the skin, but I'm taking the tissue with me. You can even see it moving my face. So you can apply a good amount of pressure here if it feels good. If you find some tender points, you can go ahead and hold and just breathe and release. You can come all the way around the ear. So I'm going in that seashell shape around and just finding and exploring and feeling all that cranial fascia move and release. You can also take your palms and apply pressure there and just hold. You can circle if you want, or rub up and down, side to side. See where it might not move and just hold it in that direction. See if it'll go. And you can move on, why not, to doing the whole scalp. So just get your fingers in there and moving all that tissue. Relax your shoulders as much as you can while you do this, relaxing your neck. And you're just moving the whole arm, not just the fingers. You're moving the whole arm and exploring all parts of the scalp. I'm going up and down, side to side. It's your massage. Make it yours. Find what feels good. Keep breathing. Keep sitting up nice and tall, relaxing those shoulders down and feeling a melting sensation in the head and the face. And go all the way behind, on either sides, on top. And we can make our way down, all the way down to the occiput, which is right at the end of the skull, the base of the skull, that bony ridge. And you can massage there. It might be tender, so go easy there. And then you can drop off that bony ridge into the suboccipital muscles. So here's where I feel the bone, and if I come just off, I'm in a little bit more soft tissue, and that's the suboccipital. So it's on either sides of the spine, but very close to the spine. And I'm just putting my fingers in, making forward pressure, so I'm going in towards my face and up, as if you want to go in and up under the skull bone. Breathe there. And if it feels good, you can start to drop the chin just a little bit towards the chest, so you get a little bit of a stretch in those suboccipital muscles, gently, slowly coming on up You can reposition your fingers if they moved, and gently, slowly bringing your head down if it's not too much. You can also place your fingers in those suboccipitals right under the bony ridge, either sides of the spine, and bring the fingers out towards the side so the trajectory is now coming outward and spreading right under that bony ridge, right through the neck. And if you want, you can add a little bit of a stretch. And that can feel really, really lovely. Bring it all the way out to the sides, because you might find some nice juicy points there that you might want to hold on to for a little while longer. If they're a bit tender, just gently and breathe. And we'll give all that cranial fascia a stretch with some ear pulling. So we'll start at the top. You could do both at once and just pull up and a little bit away from the scalp. You could play with directions. You can pull up or back. Feel where that line of tension gets a nice release. And breathe, relax those shoulders down. Make sure that spine is still upright. And then the middle of the ear, you can pull out and back. You can play with different directions, and you'll feel all that tissue get a nice stretch, sometimes right in through the head into the meninges. Those nice outer coverings of the brain and spinal cord. See how deep you can sense that stretch. And then the earlobes pulling down and out. Nice deep breaths, long exhales. And then we'll get that jaw that we love to clench, which can really cause those headaches too. So on that temporomandibular joint right in front of the ears, just some nice circles there, really releasing nice soft circles. It's a delicate joint, and that should feel really nice. You can make them big or small. You can just hold and just gently open and close the mouth a little bit. Just letting it hang out on a hinge, releasing all that tension. And then bringing those fingers under that cheekbone. And we'll release masseter, that big chewing muscle. So flatten your hands. And just let your fingers drop, let your arms just give into gravity. Your elbows are heavy. And just let it release, opening the mouth and letting the jaw hang out. Nice. So you can do that with fingertips. You can do that with palms. And just bring down all that tissue, stretching the masseter. You can gently open and close the mouth while you do this to get a little bit of an extra stretch if it feels good. Nice and slow. And shoulders are relaxed here, just letting gravity take your arms down. Melt your jaw. And going all the way to the chin. That's lovely. We're going to get a muscle here that's often a culprit with headaches. It's called sternocleidomastoid, or SCM. It's a mouthful, but it's just this big muscle right here that goes from the back of the ear and down to the sternum or the breastbone. We'll start towards the top. I'm just taking a pincer grasp. You can bring your ear towards your armpit, towards the same armpit, and it'll stick out a little bit so you can get a grip on it. And you hold it there as you gently bring your head back to center so that you have a little grip on it. Might be tender, it's okay. Just go easy, make sure it's not hurting. A little bit of tenderness is okay as long as it's very tolerable and you're feeling a bit of a release there. And you can just hold that and breathe. Or you can introduce just a little bit of slow cervical rotation of the neck, looking just a little bit, not full range, just a little to one side and the other, so that you're stretching and slackening the tissue under your fingers. And when you're ready, you can move down to the next segment. Now you can bring the ear towards that same armpit to get a grasp again. Slowly bring it up, holding that grip. Hold it there. Make sure you're not applying any pressure on the neck. So I'm gripping it. I'm not pressing in at all. Be very careful. This is the front of your neck. It's delicate. So I'm just holding this muscle. Maybe giving it a little bit of a squeeze between my fingers, but gentle. And you can add that little bit of rotation if it feels good. Certainly tender on me. When you're ready, maybe move down one more segment if you can grasp it as it gets a little bit closer to the sternum. Again, really, really careful, really delicate. You're not pressing in. I'm just taking, since it gets thinner down here, I'm just taking my fingertips even and just holding it a little bit. Just sort of bringing my awareness, bringing my attention to that muscle. Breathing out any tension and doing a gentle rotation if you would like. You can just brush off here a little bit. Settle everything down and we'll move on to the other side. So bringing that ear a little bit towards the armpit. So it's towards your shoulder, but a little bit forward, and that really makes it pop out there. So you can get a grip. Now it's close to the ear. We'll start at the top. Grasp it between your fingers. Bring your head up. Again, be gentle with yourself. No pressing in, just holding the muscle. Breathe. And add a little rotation. See if that doesn't help it loosen up a bit. Relax those shoulders. And make sure your head is nice and straight so that you're not extending it up. You're just ever so slightly tucking that chin in towards the chest so that your neck is straight and aligned. And you're just swiveling your neck. And moving down to the next segment when you're ready, you can make it pop out, get a little grip. And not everyone's will pop out as much as mine. I have very prominent muscles there, but you should be able to find it. It's still a pretty big muscle. And if you can't, don't worry. Go back to another technique, or maybe just do some gentle massaging of the side of the neck. That's really okay. This is your massage. Breathing, relaxing the shoulders. And maybe moving down one more segment, careful here as it gets towards the neck. Just getting a little grip in between the fingers, nice and gentle here. Breathing and slowly rotating. You probably find that one side is more tender than the other, or feels different, or is more tense, more tightness. That is completely normal. We are not perfectly even on both sides. It's good information. It's good to know, to take note of. And then maybe when you massage, you can spend a little more time on that more troublesome side. All right, and maybe give that a little, just a brush off release. Remember, I'm not pressing in, I'm just brushing it off. And then another place that likes to refer pain up to the head is the upper trapezius. Go ahead and just take sort of a duck hand or a big fist and raise your shoulder up so that you can get a good grip on that tissue right at the top of the shoulder, and then relax the shoulder down, maintaining that grip, and just hold it and squeeze. Relax that opposite shoulder as much as you can. And maybe even, if it's okay, slowly and very gently bring your opposite ear towards the opposite shoulder. Just a little bit, again, not full range, just playing with a little bit of a stretch here. Breathing, slackening, and stretching. If you want, you can take a pincer grasp here and just find maybe some little points that might be referring to the head, meaning while you press on them, you're actually feeling pain or a sensation in the head or somewhere else. That's referral pain. And you can hold it gently just so that it's tolerable, very tolerable, and breathe into it and release. You can, if it's not too much, add a little bit of that side neck flexion, real slow, real small range. Breathing. And when that feels good, you can drop your arm, maybe give your shoulder a little roll, and we'll move on to the other one. So first, let's just take a general full grip of the tissue. If you need to lift your shoulder up, grab the tissue, and then keep that grasp as you settle your shoulder down, and I should say shoulders down. Keep that working shoulder as relaxed as possible. Breathe there into that nice squeeze. Squeeze as much as it feels good to you. And if you want to, you could add a little stretch and slacken. You can even do movement to breath here. So maybe inhale, exhale on the stretch. Inhale, coming back. Exhale on the stretch. And then if you want, you can explore any good points, any tender points, anything that might be referring pain or sensations to the head. You can even just massage, make little circles, or you can just hold it. You can be creative here. There's no exact science. You just do what feels good and what gets you results. Breathe and maybe add a little bit of a stretch. Real slow, real slow. Still sitting up with a tall spine. Still relaxing those shoulders down and back. And still breathing into the belly. And give that shoulder a roll. Maybe roll both shoulders up and back. Maybe give everything a nice brush off the face. Maybe just relax your hands on your forehead for just a moment. Breathing. nurturing, releasing. And drop your hands to the sides. Maybe give your shoulders another roll. Take a nice deep breath into the belly. Exhale everything out. Any tension that's left, just let it all go. And I hope your head is feeling much better, and maybe your whole body is too. It's amazing how that works. So if you like the video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications bell so you know when all my videos come out so you don't miss one. And comment below, let me know how this worked for you. And I will see you next time.